Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. Welcome to the channel where I share art journaling and junk journaling, projects, and ideas. In today's video, I'm going to do a flip through of my September and October junk journal. Had a lot of fun playing in this. It's a one signature journal made out of Amazon packaging, a little bit of fabric there, and held together with a headband. And then in the second part of the video, I am gonna start setting up or show you how I set up my mini composition notebook, and I am gonna give No Sew Journal November prompts a try this month. Excited for that, and that's hosted by Meg at Meg Journals. So this little journal has been a really fun one to work in. It's a little floppy sometimes because when you have a no-sew journal, things wiggle around. I guess part of it is sewn because the cover really is sewn in that little collage that I did. But the binding itself is a headband, and I really like that. So you can pull the pages out, work with them. I have used most of my printables, which, by the way, are free in my Ko-fi app through November. So I'll link those below, except for those date slips. I don't know. Well, they're not date slips. They're date leaves. And I don't know why. I was not feeling using them. So I'm going to put those aside and maybe use those in the composition notebook for November. And I'm excited about that. I haven't used a comp notebook in a while. I think that's going to be a fun November project. Now, I have a lot of tuck spots, a lot of craft paper and paper bag kind of things, corrugated cardboard. And I've done, I think, a lot more doodling this month and drawing. I'm really enjoying that. And I tend to go to my microns. I also have a lot of gel pens here. So enjoying all those things. Oh yeah, look, I did use that number 3, that little leaf there. How do you like that? Swatching some color pencils. I love the swatches on the craft paper. I use junk journals as my personal journals. If you're not familiar with my channel, I like to jot notes and journal a few times a week. Love to do collage. And then on the left-hand side, I was playing around again with more. I'm loving the golds lately. Do you have some favorite pens or pencils? I would love to know what colors are inspiring you in your journals. I think that the sparkly gel pens, I'm really feeling those lately. This is tucked into I think that's part of a time card. Doodled on the note card. Some more printables that are mine. All those little leaves. And I had a bunch of flow cards from the different flow books that I've had sitting in my stash for a long time. I started to pull those out. Pretty book pages. I think I always use either botanicals or children's books in my journals. I love that moon. The full moon, the harvest moon, the aurora borealis, if I say that right. There were so many lunar events, it feels like, over the last couple months. More gel pens, a cafe menu, went out with some of my girlfriends. I love that graphic on the cafe menu. Big old piece of corrugated cardboard packaging. And this washi tape is so pretty. I'm actually going to carry this into the comp notebook for November. You'll see that as part of the upcoming setup that I am going to share. This is sort of, I would guess I'd say about mid-month towards the end. That's part of the fall printables. And I've been taking little book pages and making quick envelopes to store things. This is from that Draw With Me, which was the last video, and some of the Zentangle inspired art patterns or tangles. Loved grunging up those mushrooms on the right. Hung them on a little piece of leftover yarn. Attached them quickly with that nice wide washi. And those were done on index cards, but those were done on lined cards, not that grid one. More fun Dollar Tree cards. I love that. You know, I was writing on them and realizing how glossy they are though. This one took forever to dry. So later I'll show you a couple tips I learned. I love that old book spine in there as a tuck spot. And cat hand sunflowers in the background. I think these are the most recent pages that I haven't shown on camera. Have that little owl on the left, which is a doodle, and then a stencil from the Dollar Tree on the right. Made a little journaling card. More doodling on some book text in the center there. And then I was playing, oh my goodness. I got really scrappy, friends, on a paper bag. Started playing, and then I was running some prints to see, so those are sort of in the background, what might come of that. I'm still not sure what might come of that. And I used some Tombows and splashed them around with water on the back of this index card. And then glued I think it's on craft paper, not a paper bag. That little owl, I can't remember. And that's some more yarn I bought for that punch needle kit and mushroom that I've been working on. This page rather is more scraps and just things that one day were on the desk. Stickers, quotes. I love that image of those trees. Just gluing. This is another Dollar Tree card, and this is some memory keeping. We did do a corn maze. Just stapled that bottom flap up so I have a little bit of a pocket. Those are some of Cat Hands printables, the pretty leaves, the one that says cozy, and the little branch. And then I journaled corn maze and hayride, and I had one more little mushroom that needed a home from the Draw With Me video. And using up that extra yarn. All right, this was a bit of a mess. I used school glue, which is really wet, to put that leaf down, so it really gushed up the page. But it's in there. I would recommend a PVA glue or maybe like the Aleene's tacky glue that's less wet. That is also Cat Hand's image of that cute girl with the pumpkin up there on this card. Yeah, and then I have this pack of really cute Dollar Tree scrapbook sort of paper that this tag is made from, but it's very glossy. So I decided to play with a way to write on it, and I watered down a little of the PVA glue and let it dry, and actually the Micron worked well on that. So it was easier to write on, and I didn't have to let it dry forever. So there's a tip, or you can obviously put a sticker down or some paint, but anyway, I don't know. I went down the rabbit hole on that one. And then these I glued down. These are leaves from my yard. And I did glue these down with the PVA glue, or like I said, a tackier glue. That's the little mushroom punch needle kit I've been working on. And that's it. Little headband worked just right. And the sewn collage I did on the front, that's actually a pocket too. I really enjoyed this little journal. Fun fall journaling here. And now moving on to November. So Meg at Meg Journals again is hosting this No-Sew Journal November. The prompts look really interesting to me. They're in fact, I think, really different. Connect, flow, merge, link, blend are the first 5. And I decided to go back to an old friend, a composition notebook. But I did have these littler ones, and lately I've been liking the smaller size journals in the comp notebooks. So this is an 80 pager. It's a wide rule. I've already set up this one, but I will kind of step you through and share how I set it up. And I've done the first prompt, which is connection. So I doodled up those little birds and flowers and did a quote, connection is why we are here. And I'm already collecting fun little bits and color inspiration and leftover things from September and October. I love this scrapbook page. My sister gave me that. The craft paper, I've been enjoying that. And yes, maybe I will actually use those those doodle leaves that I made. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm attaching everything yet, so stay tuned for that. But I do have these photo corners, and I thought if I don't glue stick or attach the images that I put in the journal in another way, that might work. And then that's the scrappy bit that I was working on the paper bag. I ran a print because, of course, this huge fall rainbow will not fit in this journal. And thought maybe I'll play around with this and add this print and some pops of color with these fun gel pens that I've been enjoying. So I'm going to show you how I set this up. It is not my idea. I've seen a bunch of different channels do composition notebooks set up in different ways, and I've certainly done it before. My way, though, has been tearing out pages and gluing things down. And this I saw on a creator who does the, oh my goodness, she draws all these cute, adorable things. I think it's creator of Cuteness. Her name is Lindsay. And she simply took whatever number of pages she needed and used washi tape to secure the pages at the end. I decided to follow her good idea. So for this particular journal, I am using mostly blacks and browns, maybe some sunflower washi tape. I have both thin and thick. And I'm going to count out 5 pages. And run the glue stick over the washi because, as you might know, it is low-tack tape. I've been counting them out and holding them down with scissors or the stapler because I don't trust myself to not get them mixed up. I think if I count them and I leave them held down, and then it's not the most graceful thing, I will say, but I start by making sure I have a nice organized group of the 5 pages and then pinch them down, kind of stand them up and smooth them out. There we go. I'm also looking for the scissors right now, which were just right near me. There they are. And then trimming off that little bit of excess. And then to make it a little more secure and maybe a little more decorative, I'm adding, especially with the thin washi tape, a little bit more on each of the pages. Mix and match. I love a pattern with a pattern. Also, I know the lighting has changed. The sun keeps popping in and out. So sorry if there are any shadows here and there. And then this beautiful, thick, wider washi tape. I think you probably don't even need the extra double layer. Now, of course, the 5 pages aren't secured at the bottom unless I add washi. So I did that for the first couple pages on the journal in the left, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that all the way through. Definitely an experiment. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to working in this mini composition notebook, trying out some of the No Sew Journal November prompts, and I would love to know what you're enjoying. Please let me know in the comments below. Are you going to try some of the prompts, do a No Sew journal, or what else are you enjoying this fall if you're on this side of the globe? Maybe you are enjoying summer somewhere else, I don't know. But I would love to know what's going on in your junk journaling and art journaling. And I really appreciate you stopping by the channel. Thanks so much for being here. And I look forward to sharing with you in the next video.